Okay, so we're going to be doing summary statistics today, but instead of calculating everything by hand, we're going to cheat. We're going to use our calculator to do things. So I'm just going to create like a fake data set, and then we're going to find everything out that we need to know about that. We're going to do all of our summary statistics. Okay, so here's my fake data set, 3, 7, 12, 5, 9, 6, 3, 2, 5. I'm going to find the mean, the median, the mode. I'm going to find the standard deviation, the range, the interquartile range, the minimum, the maximum, everything really, really quickly using my graphics calculator. So I'm going to be cheating, I guess. So just go into your menu. Now yours is probably fancier than this, but same things apply. You're going to go into statistics mode, stat mode, and then down list 1 here. We're just going to type in all of the numbers. So 3, 7, 12, 5, 9, 6, 3, 2, 5. Now just be careful here, because if you make a mistake, then everything's going to be wrong. So 3, 7, 12, 5, 9, 6, 3, 2, 5. I'm also going to double check by counting all these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then seeing that my last number on the list is 9. You can see there's no number 10 here, so I'm sorted. And then I'm going to calculate my summary statistics, and I'm going to use the calculation button to do it. Now this is called, when we get to this thing, we're not done yet. This is going to be called one variable data. This is called one variable data. So I'm going to press that one variable, the F1 button here. But before I do that, I'm just going to make sure that everything's set correctly. So I'm going to set. Okay. If we're dealing with one variable data, we want it to use list 1. If I go back, you can see my data's in list 1. If I had have typed it all into list 2 and left list 1 blank, when I go into set, I should set it up so that my variable, my one variable X list, is in list 2. If I was using like a frequency distribution table, and I was putting in the numbers here and how many times those numbers appear there, then we'd be setting up a 2 variable list. But we're not doing that here. Okay, so one variable, and I get all of my summary statistics in one go. So looking at all of this, what we have, this little X with a hat on it, that's the mean. That's called X bar. That's the mean, 5.7777. That's the sum of all of those numbers. If I added all those numbers together, I'd get 52. That's the sum of all those numbers squared. So if I square each number and then add it, I'll get 382. Now the next two are both measures of standard deviation. This is the measure of standard deviation if this data set came from a population. This is a measure of standard deviation if this data set came from a sample. We're going to talk more about that in class, so don't freak out too much, but just understand that there's 2 standard deviations here. They're used for slightly different reasons. The number of numbers is 9, the minimum, Q1, the median, Q3, and the maximum. So right there I have my 5-number summary, and from that I could draw a box plot. The mode is 3, it appears twice. And the mode is also 5, it appears twice. So what it says is that there's 2 modes, 3 and 5. This next number says yes, there's 2 modes, so the number of modes is equal to 2. And then it says how many times each of those numbers appears. So 3 appears twice. Okay, that is finding your summary statistics using your calculator, mean, median, mode, range, interquartile. Well, it won't find range and interquartile range for you, but you can calculate it using the minimum and the maximum, or Q3 and Q1. Okay, that's summary statistics using our calculator.